Thank you guys for watching Slices and Suitcases. Today we're getting ready to make some pizza for dinner on our Ooni pizza oven, and just wanted to take a moment to walk through some of the tools that make it easier to prep it and have it come out in a good quality that your family will love. So we'll break down how we store the Ooni, how we keep it clean, and some of the peels that we use to help make it easier to have a great pizza. Thanks. One of the first tools we decided we needed was a place to store the Ooni pizza oven, so it was out of the way, wasn't going to take up space in the garage. And so my wife found the Cuisinart pizza cover, and so we don't have one specific to the Ooni pizza oven, but this one just works just fine and fits the prep station really well on that. This is the Cuisinart outdoor prep station. Ends up being perfect size for the Ooni pizza oven. I do wish I could put it front to back, but with the length of the pizza oven, it needs to go sideways, but that still gives a good front ledge to where if you need to set the front of it on while you're getting the pizza in and out, you can without having to deal with it. It also has hooks along the front hand side, 4 across there, to where you can hang utensils on it if you need to. Has room in the back for a trash bin if you want to have a trash bag on there. And then down below has a nice storage space where you can put your peel in between using it, or the top stack. I keep that stored down there when I have the cover over it, just to make sure it doesn't lift the cover up too high off it, and that way it stays nice and protected. To give you an idea, I've had this for almost 5 years now, and it's still in really good condition, and we've been really happy with it. One of the biggest reasons to have this is I just don't want to cook on any surface, especially with the heat that the pizza oven gets to. So I feel much more comfortable with it sitting on stainless steel. That way, with the pellet grill portion of it, if some ashes or anything get down below, I don't have to worry about anything catching on fire or overheating. One of the things I want to do before making pizza tonight is to clean the stone. I tried an experiment last time and I knew better, where I tried using cornmeal on the bottom of the flour, and as you can see, it is way too hot and just burns up when you do it. Don't use cornmeal, just use the 00 flour on that. Also, you don't want to use water at all on it. I just want to brush this off. The reason why is it's really porous. When it heats up again, it can crack the stone, and so I just want to take this, kind of brush this off. The rest of it will clean just from the heat, and we'll let it sit on high heat for about 10 minutes before we start cooking it anyways. And so just get a lot of the surface stuff kind of off, so it's not just caking out of the bottom of our pizzas when we slide it in. Just carefully slide it back in, and we are all set for tonight. The first thing I wanted to talk about is just what I use to light the pellets. So I use this, is called Inflame. I got these off Amazon, and what they are is they're just these little bales that you put on top of it, and get that lit. That'll light up all your pellets. So I'll just put that in the back here. I'll demonstrate that once it gets a little closer to starting up the oven to cook the pizza later. But these are really handy. The only thing with them is really like to let them burn all the way down, just so it doesn't add any other like chemicals or anything flavor to the pizza itself on it. But these have been really effective to get the pellets started well and to get the flames hot enough. The next thing is checking the temperature of the stone itself. It's really important to keep the stone as hot as possible, and so I just got a cheap infrared thermometer off Amazon. I'll put links in the show notes to everything that we're using on that, but this has been really effective to be able to tell the temperature of it and make sure in between pizzas and stuff that the stone's not getting too cool. And so we'll show that tonight as well. When it comes to peels that we're using, I really prefer to use a wooden peel to make the pizza, get it on here first. After rolling the dough, I put it on here. I put all the topping, sauce, and everything on the wooden one so that I don't have to transfer it after to mess up the shape. This works really well. It's a 12 by 14 peel, so it does fit in there to get the pizza in the oven. To get the pizza out of the oven, I would always switch to a metal peel. This one I didn't like quite as much. It's still 12 by 14 and it fits in there, but to turn the pizza itself, it just seemed a little clunky because it took all the room up. And so recently I switched to a new metal peel that is much more meant just for quick turning stuff in there, and this is just a lot easier to handle on that, and so I've been really happy with this so far. All of these just using cheap peels that you can get off of Amazon, especially when it comes to the wooden ones. I think it becomes much more efficient if you're making pizzas for a lot of people to get an okay wooden peel where you can have lots of them. That way you can pre-make everything. You don't have to make a whole pizza, cook it, and then begin the next one on that. It's really inefficient for having parties. Whereas if you have 3 or 4 of these, you could get a few pizzas going at once because the cook time is so low with the Ooni pizza oven. That's not really the bottleneck. It is much more getting the pizzas actually made and prepped in the oven in the first place. So that's all that we wanted to cover for today's episode on that. Just really wanted to go over some of the tools that have been really helpful for me. In future episodes, we'll cover different sauces, different doughs, hydrations, and different prep techniques for it. And thanks for tuning in.